get my stuff situated. Twitch. Alright, while I'm here, I guess I'll just write some shit down. Give me a second. I'll move this out the way. Go over there. Do I not have a pen here? I feel like I had a pen. No? Pen? Pen. I know I had a pen. I wrote this shit down 2 days ago. Oh no, I didn't. I wrote that shit down so many days ago. Where's the pen? Is that the pen? Yes, it's perfect. But there, I wrote everything down on my handy dandy. But it is what it is. I was right down my handy dandy notebook.
No, back.
Game 1, Chase Anderson. Five and 1 record. 2.93 ERA. And 86 Ks. Versus Jordan Lyles, who used to be an Astro. Seven and 7 record. That's not too bad for him. 3.91 ERA. Dude, I'm not gonna put ERA in there. Just put 74 Ks. 2. Okay, Jimmy Nelson. That's alright. Do that. Go back here. Perfect. Jimmy Nelson. 11 and 13. 3.58. And 202 Ks. I think next year he's gonna be really good. Versus Chad Bettis. 7 and 11 record. 3.54. And I know what 3.54 ERA is anyways. 140 Ks. So that's not too bad by him. No stretch of the imagination is that terrible. 3. I put Ubaldo Jimenez in there. Don't mind me. I love Ubaldo Jimenez. But I will trade him if I have to. Unfortunately. 11 and 11 record. 3.31. and 213 Ks. Versus Ron Barden. .8-5 record. 4.09 ERA. And 59 Ks. So let's do that. First game. Okay. There we go. Alright. And we're so many games back. We have a winning record. Because we can't win on the road. It's because we can't. It's the only issue.
Now from an already drenched Coors Field in Denver, MLB The Show is on the air. Tonight we continue the road trip with the first of 3 between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Colorado Rockies. It'll be fun watching these two swing it all series long. First pitch is next. Jordan Lyles, a hurler from South Carolina, will be the starting pitcher in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, if you take a look at that whip, you can see he's been struggling all year long. A lot of base runners.
Austin Jackson is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. EK, as we take a look at the Rockies starting play here tonight, they've had it go in the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
And it hasn't been the best year for them, but at least they're finishing strong. That says a lot for their manager and the type of team that I think these guys can become.
I'll put this bitch on veteran. Okay, that's all veteran. Cool beans.
Lyles steps into his windup. Here's the 0-2.
That was a ball.
On the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble.
Let's go. Austin Jackson's going to lead us off with the double here.
Jackson will take the turn and head for second now. And he'll pull in there with a double to start out the ball game.
Oh, it's just so important for a visiting ball club to come out swinging in the first inning. You got to do what you can do to get on the board first.
I'm so glad I signed Austin Jackson to a 2-year deal.
He kicks off the night with a leadoff double.
32 doubles for Austin Jackson. Good, solid season for him.
Here's the second baseman, Scooter Gennett, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. No one out with a runner at second. Fastball called for strike 2. And set up behind the dish is Clyde Washington, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Well, we might see a couple of double takes from hitters on pitches down at the knees, maybe even below the zone. Sometimes he tends to reward guys that work down.
And the throw will indeed take care of him for the first out. And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Eric, who stands out to you?
Well, Matt, I think you got to keep an eye on the Hebrew Hammer, Ryan Braun. He's having a really nice season with the bat, sporting a slugging percentage over 500, so there's a good chance he'll have some sort of impact offensively in this one.
Yeah, good season for him.
That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1.
The
rain, as we've mentioned, coming down fairly steadily here at game time. EK, how'd you like playing in the rain?
It wasn't that bad. The only problem, sometimes up at the plate, batting gloves would get wet while it was raining. It made it a little difficult to hit.
Can't quite get the low outside corner there. It's 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report, because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's got a base open, but I don't think you want to put 2 men on for that guy in the very first inning. No thanks.
Skied into straightaway right. Gonzalez has a read on it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. And he's safe. And with a quick breather here, let's bring in a look at how the Rockies will line up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic.
Oh, they got Arenado.
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still that old school mentality.
He cannot hit at home.
Plays guys straight up. So we'll see
me.
how that impacts this game.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. And no advance. It's ball 1. That's lifted the other way out to left. Parra over to his right. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Milwaukee leaves 1, and now the Rockies. Chase Anderson gets the call for game 1 of the series. EK, what do you got?
Yeah, Matty, he had his good stuff going in his last start, recording 10 strikeouts. He'll look to duplicate that here.
DJ LeMahieu comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Now a fastball that couldn't quite find the zone. It's ball 1. And EK, as we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight, they were losers last time out, but still in a decent groove as they'd won 4 of 5 prior to that.
And I think it's just going to be a matter of putting yesterday behind you. It wasn't their finest performance of the year, that's for sure, but they're capable of playing much better ball, and I think we'll see a sharper focus here in this one.
Now a ball lined to the left side. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Late making contact on that swing, and we'll do it again on 1 and 2. Here's the 1 and 2 delivery. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. With that, here's a look at the Rockies lineup card for this one. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
Well, this team is hoping that Cargo can get back on track as soon as possible. I mean, he hit 40 bombs last year, so maybe he's just pressing too much to repeat that right now, because his numbers so far this season have not been what anybody expected out of him.
Into the windup and the pitch.
That brother has 36 home runs.
Charlie Blackmon comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Now the 0-1.
Am I dumb?
Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul.
That's what I'm saying.
The 0-2 delivery. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive.
Damn.
Still 0-2.
The catcher has 50 doubles.
Not in front of that one, but he stays alive, and will do it again on 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a hard liner towards short. And a throw on to Morneau for out number 2. Now that we have a chance, let's look at how the Brewers align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, Ryan Braun has always been known as one of those power hitters.
36 home runs.
He's also got a power arm and
about?
can cover some ground in that outfield. Very reliable, plays a smart defensive outfield. Always an asset in any game.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. You got to figure that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
Quick enough that time, and he's lucky to get another chance. Count remains full. He spoils another one, and will do it again. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. Frozen on the fastball.
Thank God.
Never had a chance, and the inning is over. Nothing doing in the Colorado first. We'll go to the second from Denver. No score on the show. Domingo Santana steps in now, just hoping for something to go his way. And as you can see, that has not been the case in recent days. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93
That is my last
that
at bat,
time.
and I gotta go get food.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he'll look at a fastball here that's close, but it's 2-1 now.
Well, this is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count. And that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
Now a slider misses, and that pushes the count to 3-1. And that's in there on the hands. 3-2 now. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
And he was really late on this one. I mean, really late. You can see where the baseball is by the time he gets the barrel through. I mean, it's darn near in the catcher's glove already.
That's on me, boys.
He was probably looking for something else.
In now, Jonathan Villar. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. 264 is average entering play. 6 home runs, 56 runs batted in. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding off.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
And you'll get a good look at the grip on his 2-seam fastball. You grip it along the narrower seams on the baseball, and that gives it that running action you don't see on the 4-seamers.
Kelly Epps will stand in now as we check out how he did in August versus how he's finishing off the season down the stretch here in September. Lyles looks in. First pitch on its way. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1. Hit down the third base line. Gloved by Arenado. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Gone in order are the Brewers. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Nolan Arenado will stand in, and you see what he's done over the past 4 games, as hot as they come.
Third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A little tapper. And this is over the head of Morneau at first. And now, oh, this ball's going to wind up out of play. And a big mistake there.
Well, you know, this is actually a much tougher play than it looks. First, he's got to barehand the ball. Then he's got to readjust his body to square himself up to first base. And when he winds up throwing it, he throws it poorly.
Ben Paulson gets his first try now, and he's seen that average climb the last week or so. Curveball looked at here for strike one.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
A runner at second, nobody out. Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A two-run blast to straightaway right field. Number 18 for him on the campaign as the Rockies have taken a 2-0 lead.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
In is Gerardo Parra.
Left fielder.
And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball one. He'll enter play here at an even 250. 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. Base is empty here with nobody out. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. Chopped weakly to the left. Ladd scoops it up, throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
The shortstop, Jose.
So one away here with the bases empty, and stepping in is the shortstop, Jose Reyes. Sent on the ground out to second. Jeanette has it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Batting 8th, catcher Tom Murphy.
Tom Murphy gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Here comes the first pitch. Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Chop foul at the plate, strike one. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. To short. Scooped up. Throw on to the first baseman, Morneau, and the inning is over. But the Rockies push across 2, both coming on this 2-run home run. We've played 2. It's now 2-0 Colorado. Delman Ladd gets his first shot now, and he's working on a modest 5-game hitting streak.
Delman Ladd.
Lyles gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike one. And a curveball taken for strike 2.
And you know, you get stuck sometimes being that number 8 hitter, trying to work the count and trying to buy a little extra time for your pitcher. Now that's a pitch right down the middle that maybe a number 4 hitter jumps all over.
Hard hit ball to second, but this will be gloved out there at second as he didn't have far to go for the out.
And this
coming to the plate now, Chase Anderson, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. And here's a fastball called for strike one.
Another good job of getting ahead here. He just seems so locked in right now.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Bases are empty, one man out. Fastball called strike, 1-2.
Wow, he is spotting that fastball on a dime here early on.
Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third. Austin Jackson will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
If a pitcher makes an error, that means he's at fault for the run, right? No? Okay. No?
This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Gloved by LeMahieu. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So they're held in check here. Jordan Lyles digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1. Oh, and he breaks out the hook here. Good for strike 2.
Oh, just a little over anxious right there. I guess he figured he had a pretty good gauge on that fastball, and he hoped he'd see it again, but he got the curveball instead. Well, you know, when you get 2 strikes on you, you go into that protection mode up there at the plate. Let's see where this pitch winds up. Oh, yeah, that thing's nowhere near the strike zone, and that's a good job of making a guy go fishing for something he didn't really want to hit.
DJ LeMahieu comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
I'll pee after this.
2-0.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
And there's out number 2.
The center fielder, number 19.
Charlie Blackmon stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. 2 low with the curveball. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Oh, and he had him guessing there, and it's a ball and a strike.
Well, I just don't think he was expecting that one, and it was the perfect time to just take a little off.
And he takes a cold strike, 2.
Oh, damn, I thought I'd rung him up.
Swing. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Leading off the inning, Scooter Gennett. And they'll need him to get something going here. Lyles is ready. First pitch on the way. Fastball in there for a called strike. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
And right now, these guys just need something to break their way. A blooper, a bunt, a hit by pitch. Something to get a base runner and give that guy something else to think about out there.
Fastball is looked at for strike 2. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
Oh, I think you'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
On the ground to the left side.
That was a ball, wasn't it?
Has it. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
The left fielder, number 8.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And that'll bring forth the great slugging left fielder Ryan Braun. In there, no balls and a strike. Fastball, and he's quickly in the
he's not
hole,
throwing
0-2.
any balls like
this pitch is
consecutively.
also in their knee high, and now they've got him behind in the count, 0-2.
Grounded to short. Reyes fields it cleanly. Throw gets Braun at first as he grounds out for out number 2.
Now batting.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And here's the left-handed hitting power threat, Justin Morneau. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0.
So you got to make sure if you come inside, you come way inside. You leave it out a bit, he's liable to hit that thing in the second deck.
And that's right there, and we're even at 1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Carlos Gonzalez is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
And that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning. Nolan Arenado will stand in here with a runner at first to start the inning. Now, I know both of you are more familiar with the art of hitting as opposed to the art of pitching, but on a wet night like this, who do you think this favors?
Well, I think it favors the pitcher. I know they're going to argue, well, the grip, but the ball doesn't carry on wet nights. So if I'm out there, I'm saying, look, pitcher advantage.
Right there at the belt, 1-2 now.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's going to be a strike. It's up at the letters, and that's a tough one to do anything with.
Ground ball to second. This could be 2. There's 1. Back to Morneau. A double play.
Let's go.
Well, this ball is hit sharply, but you'll see the pitch is working its way down in the strike zone, and that's very tough to elevate. That's going to wind up being an easy double play ball.
Into the box now, Ben Paulson. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
I think that's consistent with how the strike zone gets called nowadays. That's a strike in the rule book, but most umpires won't give you that pitch anymore.
Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes, the count now with the bases empty and 2 away. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Nothing doing for the Rockies, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Leading off the inning, Domingo Santana, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game.
I guess I'll go pee real quick.
So this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
Here's the first pitch to him. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Boy, we're well into this ball game now, and he's thrown 70% first pitch strikes to all the hitters he's faced. And when you can get ahead, your results are going to turn out well.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Some would say he's showing good patience here, waiting for his pitch. But as a number 5 hitter, I think you need to make something happen.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. LeMahieu's got it. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, Jonathan Villar.
Digging in to try it again, Jonathan Villar, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
And you know, guys, he's not quite as successful when he's batting left-handed in general. He tends to have more success from the other side.
Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And he'll beat the throw as he's got himself a bunt single.
7 straight games with a base hit now, and that's a solid week or so of swinging the bat with some authority.
Now at the plate, Kelly Epps. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Now a throw over to first.
Oh, perfect.
And a dive, but he's back in there.
Come back in. Oh. Oh, you bunted third base. Cool. Alright, anyways.
Lyles comes set. Here's the first pitch. Here's a cold strike about thigh high. 0-1. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker. So
and hold on there. That's not going to get him in there with the stolen base.
Ain't that a bitch? The one time you threw up.
1 error thus far in the game for Milwaukee. tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2.
30 stolen bases. That's pretty good.
For VR, he hits the 30 mark now in stolen bases for the year. That's a lot of running. Skied into very shallow right. Gonzalez is there. 2 gone. Delman Ladd stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
Hot shot on the ground is short. And a fine play there up the middle may have saved a run as the inning is over. Gerardo Parra comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Left fielder, Gerardo.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1.
So annoying. And you're
The
pitching
wind
your
up
butt
and
off.
the 0-1.
That's what I get.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And he misses there. 1-2.
Tough pitch to lay off there with 2 strikes. I'm not sure if that was a good take or whether he just got fooled on a changeup and couldn't pull the trigger.
Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now. There's Jose Reyes. He waits on deck. He pulls this one into right. Now a reach, and he takes a tumble here, but hangs on for the first out.
Get out of here.
Number 7.
So the base is empty here with 1 away. And stepping in is the shortstop, Jose Reyes. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now. Hit out towards second. And a throw on to Morneau for out number 2.
Up next for
Tom Murphy stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. First pitch on its way. Tap fouled at home plate. 0-1. Here it comes. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1.
You know, maybe the most impressive thing about his performance so far, he's doing it all in a hitter's ballpark. Well, it's hard to come in here and pitch like this, but he's done a heck of a job.
Hit hard on the ground to the right. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield.
Well, he'd had some high-stress innings here so far. It was looking like he turned the corner and was on his way to a much-needed 1-2-3, but he's going to have to get in the stretch here after all.
Jordan Lyles is the batter now as he looks at a ball 1-0. Makeup call there?
I don't know, but let's just say they're even.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Boy, that's pretty good patience out there out of a pitcher.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will... Chase Anderson will come forward now to start out their half of the 6th, and they've found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had them off balance all game.
Gonzalez is under it to put it away, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out to kick off the 6th.
Center fielder
Austin Jackson will dig in, 1 for 2, including a double back in the first. And that Colorado bullpen comes to life now with a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. In on the hands a bit with the fastball. It's 1-0. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error thus far in the game for Milwaukee. That's on the corner to put him behind now, 1-2.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away.
I was late on that. I can't be late on that.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away. Scooter Gennett Will dig in for the third time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. And that misses for ball 1.
Still a little bit early to be worrying about this, but in a 2-run game, a 2-out walk here would at least get the tying run to the plate. And on top of that, this guy has some pop.
And a slider stays outside, and he falls behind 2-0. Line drive to center field. And that is in there for a 2-out base knock.
And they're able to keep the inning alive as you check out the numbers on his performance so far. That's just the 3rd hit he's allowed to this point. He's been pretty much in control the whole way.
And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
But now you got to regroup after the 2-out single. You're in a dangerous spot in the lineup, so the inning's not over yet, not by a long shot.
And this is high, a ball and a strike. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. Frozen on strike 3 for the final out of the inning. Brewers strand 1. They trail things here. DJ LeMahieu gets things started here in the 6th for the hometown team.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Fly ball out toward left center field. On the move is Jackson. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Charlie Blackmon will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Sliced hard on the ground. Throw in time at first.
I thought that said 155 RBIs. I was like, what?
The right fielder, number 5.
Carlos Gonzalez will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time, and then a base hit last time around. Chopped foul right at home plate. 0-1 count and the pitch. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And no one will get this one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hard hit at third. Oh, what a stop at first. He's up with it.
Third.
The throw.
Oh.
He is out.
No
what a stop from him.
way. That was awesome.
1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. But they're on top 2-0. Welcome back to Coors Field here in Denver. Rockies out on top in this one as we head to the 7th. But before we get started, let's get a look at the game summary through the first 6 innings of baseball. In there for strike 1, 0-1. Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begin throwing. Barely able to make contact, down 0-2 now. On his way to pitch number 75. Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. The throw to first is in time, 1 down.
The right fielder, number
Domingo Santana strides in, grounded out his last time through.
Man, I just can't. That throwing a curveball in the dirt is crazy, man.
Up and in there with the first pitch fastball. It's ball 1. Hit hard to the right. Foul. 1 out, nobody on. A little bit outside. 2-1.
Oh.
2-2 now. You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
A little bouncer. But that one rolls foul.
Neither guy giving in here. This is a great at-bat.
Drilled to first. Paulson is there.
Every time I do hit the ball well, it just goes right up
and there
somewhere.
are 2 away now. Jonathan Villar steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Yeah, he's definitely still bringing it. It's the 7th inning, and we're still hearing the catcher's mitt snapping all the way up here.
And this is going to split the fairway and head out toward the rock pile for extra bases. And he'll make it in there with a 2-out double.
Now batting, third baseman
Kelly Epps will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get things get a whole lot more interesting.
And a good effort as he's able to stick with it and get the 3rd out of the inning. Nolan Arenado steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th. First offering on its way. Grounded to the right. And he's set down 1 away.
That could have gotten our first one of the game.
Ben Paulson will stand in again as we flash you back to earlier. He's accounted for their only runs of the ball game on 1 swing of the bat, as this was the swing right here. Ball 1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. And he takes very close to the inside corner here. 2-2 though. Trying to nibble here, and he misses to run it full now. 3-2.
He knows the drill out there. You gotta make him swing the bat and not be giving up walks at this stage of the game, because those could be fatal.
Come on now, boys.
Well hit the other way,
no
and
shot.
it's into the gap. Around first, digging for 2 now. And he's not stopping. He wants 3. The relay, but he is in there with a triple. Gerardo Parra will try things again. He's grounded out and lined out in 2 trips. And he gets ahead 0-1.
I think a lot of pitching coaches would like to see that first pitch strike ratio better than about 60%, but that's what he's got going for him tonight, and he's pitched very well.
Softly hit here to the left side. And plenty of time over there at third to get a glove up, and there are 2 down. Jose Reyes strides forward now with a very important insurance run standing over at third. And here's a ball hit in the air. Ladd waits on it, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left. Delman Ladd will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Gonzalez has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Up next for Milwaukee, catcher Chase Anderson.
Chris Carter will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. And here's a fastball in for strike one. 91 miles an hour that time.
I should have swung at that pitch.
1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss as he ran that in on him. A ball and 2 strikes.
Boy, he is putting on a clinic out there right now. These guys don't know what to look for.
He really got the strikeout pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game. So 2 gone now in the Brewers half of the 8th. And we'll go back to the top of the order now for Austin Jackson. Chased after that one, and it's 0-1.
And this is becoming a theme now. It's part of why he's been so successful out there so far. Let these guys chase that first pitch and get him in a hole right away.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2. Now a swing and a fly ball. Gonzalez is after it, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Looking for his 10th strikeout. Lined hard toward right center.
Bro, they're just going right at you.
Will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Jeremy Jeffress is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Jeremy Jeffress.
Tom Murphy stands in as he checks his swing here for strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. A little low. It's 2-2.
I just don't get those calls.
And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. And he will pull in here with a leadoff double. Kurt Fenn will come off the bench now as he'll pinch hit with the runner at second and nobody out.
Kurt Fenn.
In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0.
And that fastball definitely catches your attention,
Oh,
especially when it's on the inner half.
That's inside. 2-0. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
I'm just not getting calls.
And the 2-1 pitch. All even now, 2-2. Turned on down the line, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Another one sent foul. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. This is pulled into right. And that's taken in straightaway right. Will he try from second? And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away. DJ LeMahieu will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
They just knew they do not strike out at all.
High, and that evens things at 1.
Very tempting up there, but that's also a pitch that a lot of guys will pop up. So that's a nice job of laying off.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
And here, I mean, if this is a high chopper to short, it's an RBI. If it's a lazy fly to right, it's an RBI. Point is, you've got to put the ball in play with a runner on third and 1 out. That's just basic execution that's lacking right there.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Jake McGee is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th. Scooter Gennett will be tasked now with leading things off in their half of the 9th as they'll try to do something to prevent being shut out.
And whatever they've done for the first 8 innings hasn't yielded a whole lot so far, so quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
Now a right-hander has started to get loose in the Colorado bullpen. And he takes a cold strike 1.
And here's where you don't need to be an RBI. You don't need to be a home run guy. You have to be a leadoff guy.
Just get on base somehow to give that tying run on deck a shot.
In the air, down the left
Oh,
field
it's gonna
line
slice
deep.
out.
And a great start to the night.
Oh, shit.
This ought to be extra bases. The throw into second, but he'll be in there.
I thought that was gonna be a foul.
Oh, and down by 2 runs. The most important thing was to get that leadoff man on base. And mission accomplished right here. Better yet, not only is he on base, but he's up to second on the double. And since there's no double play in order, you've pretty much got to forget about that guy on second base and just make sure no one else gets on.
Ryan Braun will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
McGee's ready. 0-1 pitch on its way. And this might advance the runner as it's on the ground to second.
Oh, I was hoping he overthrew him.
High throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. So striding forward now, Justin Morneau. Although there are a couple of bases open, and we'll see if they think about working around him.
And that's exactly what I'd expect them to do. No reason to give him a pitch that he likes.
And he will
deliver
bloop. One of the biggest at-bats of the night. It's a base hit.
Let's go, we got one.
Notch one in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
The right fielder.
Domingo Santana comes to the plate now with the tying run at first. So he'll be looking to drive a ball into the gap here.
Oh, no one can play. Oh.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1.
They're definitely making him work out there. He came in trying to shut the door, and he has not had an easy time of it.
Hit sharply toward the right side. And that's in there. Base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
All right, now just playing a little station-to-station baseball, and nothing wrong with that at this point in the ball game. Especially because now you get that possible tying run into scoring position at second base. Still just 1 out. And meanwhile, you also get the potential go-ahead run on base as well.
Jonathan Villar is at the plate as he looks at ball 1.
He's going to have to punch his way out the ropes now.
Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? Reyes on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Well, they get the force here at second, but that's going to be it. And that means that the tying run got just a little bit closer now as he's all the way up to third.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Pitch out. Nothing doing. Big spot. 2 out. Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Now we'll step off and fire to the bag. And the runner back in standing. Trying to hold the lead. Downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
And he'll dive back in safely.
Simple throw over there.
Big spot. 2 out. Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base.
Come on, man.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Some anxious moments now in that first base dugout.
Yeah, he cannot be liking what he's seeing, that's for sure.
Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4.
The batter, catcher.
So stepping in, number 30, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First delivery to him on the way. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
And that's what he needed here with 2 outs. He couldn't afford to fall behind another guy here in the inning, so that's a good job to jump in that driver's seat with strike 1.
I thought I had
and
it.
that's swung on and missed, so the Brewers are down to their final strike now. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
And now a crowd reported at over 28,000 rise to their feet.
Hit to short. Fielded cleanly. Throw in time, and the ball game is over.
Well, you know, this was one of the more exciting games we've seen in a while. They load the bases here in the ninth, but in the end, they're going to wind up stranding the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at second.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. So that'll just about...
That's heartbreaking. We were doing so well.
The final postseason teams are jockeying for position. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, Jordan Lyles got the win throwing 8 shutout innings, leading the Rockies to a win against Milwaukee 2-1. At the moment, the Rockies sit in 4th place in the National League West. They're over 20 games.